Your lobby is about to go live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. And how you doing? Kronoze is in the building, everybody. How's it going, my guy? Oh, I've lost sound on you. I don't know what happened.
I was muted.
Oh, there we go. Hey, we got the same mic though. That's pretty dope. I like that. Yours looks better than mine. My green screen messes mine up real bad.
You can't see how dusty it really is though. It's
oh
pretty
man,
dusty.
honestly, if people could see how messed up my stuff is, like I do a real good job of hiding my entire room here because the green screen works wonders for me.
Yeah, same. Even without a green screen, I mean, everything around me, like, you only see the good stuff, right? So like,
Right.
my room looks really clean and organized, but like, if you actually took an aerial view inside of this room, it's a disaster. Actually,
I understand that completely. Well, how you doing, my man? How's your day going?
I'm good, man. Kind of one of those days where there was a lot of stuff happening today, so I get overwhelmed really easily, I find. So like the new world dropped today.
Yeah.
I don't know if you familiar with that. And then Apex new rank split started today.
Right.
And then this was today. And then I was watching some stuff with Tim earlier. He was streaming from the AT&T Stadium today.
Yeah,
which
I
is
saw
huge.
that.
And then also like I had to work out and I missed like my normal like morning workout routine. So I just had so much stuff, man, and like I didn't and plus I was going to stream today. Yeah, just not enough hours. So I just got overwhelmed and I ended up doing nothing. And yeah, so that's kind of how that went. I watched him for a little bit today and then here I am.
Sometimes that's how it goes. You get too much stuff to do and then all of a sudden, all right, I'm just going to take a nap instead because it's just too much. It's too much. I'm going to take a nap and whatever happens. I've been there. Been there.
Literally what I've done. So
well, I appreciate you taking the time to come over and hang out with us today.
Sure. Pleasure being here.
Yeah, like you said, Apex is the new season split is today, and I just got one question for you, and it is how are you so good at those shooters? Not just Apex. I've seen you on other ones too, but like.
Yeah,
dude, you jumped in Apex because you're fairly new to Apex, right?
Well, I've been around. I've actually played Apex since season 1 or like season 0, however you want to say it. Yeah, it used to be on Xbox back in the day, and I thought that I was like the God's gift to FPS Earth when I first started on Xbox on Apex, because like it was just a lot easier than the PC lobbies.
Right.
And then I switched over to PC around like season 4, season 3, somewhere in there, and just got constantly wrecked, man. And I think just constantly hot dropping in those better lobbies and switching over to FPS on PC across the board, and just like really getting to the fights, not being afraid to take the fights, even if I die off spawn. I think doing that consistently made me better at the game, so I think that's why I am where I am today.
I agree with that.
Continue to get better. So
I agree with. I could see that wholeheartedly. There's I don't know if you played the Christmas train mode on that game.
I did.
That to me is what I credit any skill that I've gained over the past 2 years. Like it was from that mode, because that was just drop and go, and man, I learned so much from that.
Yeah, LTM modes, man, on Apex were iconic, and I'm surprised that they're not still doing LTM modes on Apex. I don't know kind of where the disconnect happened. Are they going to bring them
back, or did they just say, forget these, we're going to go full arenas? And
as of now, as far as I know, they're just saying forget them. So I don't know if they're ever going to bring them back. I know the community really wants them. So
they were fun. They like revitalized that. Why do games do that? Sometimes I feel like games sometimes go against their community, what their communities want.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think that games get in like such a good state and it feels like everything's perfect. And then they like try to find things and change things to just make it worse. I don't know. That's the way it feels. Of course, that's not what they're trying to do, but I don't know. I think it just goes back to like getting comfortable and familiarized with things. Like humans tend to get comfortable and familiarized with certain things, and like that's just how you want things to stay. But you know, a lot of times things change and then your opinions change with it. So
no, that's fair. I feel like it's like they're doing stuff to make money. Obviously, they're a company, right? They're gonna do what they can. But I feel like keeping your player base happy would be the number one key to making money. But maybe not. I mean, maybe I obviously don't run I'm not a dev of any kind of a game or anything. But I don't know. I've always wondered that. It seems like every time I get in the groove with a game, they're like, and yoink, let's take that away from you.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot, actually.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
more often than not. So.
But you made the switch then from console to PC.
Yeah. So
how was that?
Oh man, it was it was crazy because at the time I was really big into Fortnite. So it was kind of around the time that I decided, I was playing Fortnite a lot and I got pretty good at it on controller and stuff. And my boys were like, man, you should stream. And I wasn't involved too much into the Twitch world or really in the stream world at all at that time. And this is probably about two and a half years ago now. And so I was like, man, I'll give it a go. And I started streaming, man, just straight off the Xbox, as a lot of people did, or, off the consoles, a lot of people did when they first started. No camera. Very bad audio, peaks all the time, just the worst case scenario for a setup, and I fell in love with it, man, immediately. And I decided, hey, I bought a laptop, and then I kind of done that whole integration with the Xbox laptop. And then I was like, man, my buddy actually bought a PC, and I went over to his house and I tried it on the Fortnite and everything, and I was like, yo, this is clean, like this is like night and day. So I decided to switch, man. And the rest is history. I tried Fortnite on mouse and key and was dog awful at it.
Oh, really?
There was too many binds and too many things that you had to do because, as you know, with Fortnite, it's mainly like build based.
Right.
Like aim really isn't the key with Fortnite. It's more like your edits and stuff like that.
Right.
It was just too much, man. So like,
that's why I stopped playing it. I played it a handful of times and I was like, man, this would be like the perfect game if they didn't have the building aspect, because I just couldn't build.
Yep.
And I'd shoot at somebody and then they just build an entire fortress around themselves. And I was like, well, I'm just going to go shoot at somebody over here now because you're hiding. So
yeah, it's the worst, man. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of how I got started. And then I kind of moved away from it and I started playing Apex on PC. And then I was like, well, let me give mouse and key another try. And then I just kind of stuck with it. And then,
I tried playing controller on Apex one time and it was the worst 30 seconds of my life. I gave up, I dropped, I punched somebody and then I died and that was it. I never picked up a controller again.
I'm actually half decent on controller on Apex.
I don't know how people do it. My thumbs they just don't work the way I think your thumbs need to work for a controller.
I just picked up this, what is it called? It's like an Power A, like Xbox controller. And I wanted to get a Scuff, but I hear a lot of bad things about Scuff. But it's basically just looks like this.
Oh, nice.
And then it's got the paddles on the back. So you can also add in 2 more paddles.
Oh wow.
And it has like the interlocking trigger.
Man, they have advanced controllers so much since I used to play with them. I mean, I've been on a PC for 5 years now, so it feels like they're just getting more and more complex.
Yeah.
Some of the mouse and keyboards are getting kind of crazy. They're just like you're having to operate like a full machine these days to even be competitive. But man, you don't seem to have a problem at all being competitive. How long have you been playing shooters? Like it looks like you've been playing most of your life.
For as long as I can remember, man. Like I've been playing video games in general since I was very young. I would say probably like 3 years old. There's videos and pictures of me playing video games with my elder cousins, Mario and stuff at the time. Of course, not really knowing what I was doing. But I've been like involved with video games for a very long time. I've been in love with them for a very long time. And as far as shooters go, my first ever shooter, as a lot of people's, was GoldenEye, like back in the day. And then if you're talking little 007. And then if you're talking like more like modern shooters, Call of Duty, definitely 100%. I grew up on Call of Duty. So all the OG Call of Duties, used to love playing.
That's
those,
what I first saw you streaming. The first time I came to your channel, you were playing quite a bit of Call of Duty, I believe, at the time. And you were incredible at that as well. Do you do anything to warm up, to practice, or is it just you just play and
I just
get
play,
better
man.
over time?
I just play. I know there's a lot of like aim trainers. You got like Kovacs and aim labs and things like that. I've dabbled a little bit. Like about 3 to 6 months ago, I dabbled a little bit with Aim Labs, and I could tell that that program could really help somebody. But I'm just so impatient. I can't sit around in an aim trainer,
I
that
understand.
long. So just practice, man. Just a lot of just go.
Yeah,
A lot of bad and
not be
and a lot of
afraid
good.
to lose, not be afraid to die in these
Yeah.
games, and just learn what works, what doesn't, all of that. Well, I
100%.
know I've learned a lot watching you play. Just your style of playing, because Apex is a big game for me as well,
Right.
and I love to watch people that are good at the game, because I pick up on just the littlest things that they do. I'm like, I would have never thought to do that. And you seem to have it down, man. So I'm excited to see where you go with that. Do you play ranked, or are you just kind of casual with it now? Or are you going to like dive into, because like you said, today's the split. Are you going to try to dive in and set a goal for this season?
Yeah, I plan on playing this split, even though it's in Kings Canyon, and I can't stand Kings Canyon.
That's my favorite map.
Really, I can't stand Kings Canyon, man. I don't know what it is. I used to love it, but now I can't stand it. My map favorite's kind of split. But I plan on diving into ranked this season. I would like to hit Masters. I've never hit Masters. I've solo grinded to Diamond before.
Wow,
I've solo
that's
queued to
impressive.
Diamond before, but I've never hit Masters. I would like to hit Masters. So
That'd be incredible.
At minimum, I'd like to hit Diamond. But me and one of my homies, we made fresh accounts, and we're going to do a challenge, I think, from like bronze to Masters or something like that. So
that's incredible, man.
Well,
I can't wait to see you do that. If you ever need somebody to fill up your backpack, give me a call.
Definitely, man. Yeah, definitely. We haven't played, have we?
I don't think we played together, but from watching you, I feel like we have very similar play style, and I think it would work well together. Who knows? Maybe I'm just desperately needing to get carried. I don't know.
We could do that sometime for sure.
But we'll definitely get some games in soon, hopefully. So what made you decide to just start streaming, hit that go live, and say, all right, I'm going to do it?
Yeah. Like I said, I've always been involved in video games. It's always been something that I love doing. And my buddies, they were like, man, like you're cracked, this and that. And, I'm like, they're like, you should stream. And this is at a time where I feel like there was a lot of streamers, because this is only about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Like a lot of people were streaming, but I don't feel like it's as much as people are streaming now, especially with COVID and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I was like, yeah, I'll just go for it. And, smack the go live button, and I hit affiliate in like a week. So it was like a very quick process for me.
Awesome.
I had a lot of very supportive friends that helped me out at that time. So hit affiliate in like a week, and started to grow fairly quick. And just saw something there, and I was like instantly fell in love with it. It was kind of like an escape for me, kind of like I watch anime a lot. So anime is like an escape for me, from the real world, and just kind of like calms my anxiety and things like that. So streaming kind of gave me that same outlet in a sense. So I just instantly fell in love with it.
I say this just about every week to every guest, because this tends to come up a lot with streamers, but it is very therapeutic streaming. Yeah, it's extremely therapeutic. You can be having the worst day of your life, and then jump on and start streaming and having fun with your friends and chat and all of that, and then next thing you know, you're like, you've snapped out of it, and it's like, man, it's crazy how something that simple can just completely change your entire mood, your entire day.
Definitely, yeah. And I think it's different for everybody, but for me, like, especially with the community that I've built, I mean, I love talking to my community, and I've got to know a lot of them on a very personal level, and a lot of them I consider, family. I mean, a lot of them I talk to most of my community more than I talk to my actual blood family on a daily basis. So, it's just kind of, in that sense, family to me, and being close to people is therapeutic for me whenever I can just have a good time and talk to them. So I think that's why I take to streaming so well, is because I do have that supportive community, and I have those people that I can talk to and be around,
And it's nice to be able to sign off whenever you get, like you said, it's easy to get overwhelmed sometimes, and sometimes you're just not feeling it, and it's like, that's the nice part about Twitch. I can just, all right, I'm not feeling it, I'm going to end this, I'm going to go watch some TV or eat or something, go for a walk, whatever you want to do. And I think that's important, to take breaks. Do you stream? Do you have a streaming schedule, or do you just kind of wing it and go whenever you feel like it?
I've had, any schedule you could think of under the sun in my 2 years of streaming. I've been very consistent. I've been very inconsistent, and I've just not streamed at all. So I've kind of been on just every side of streaming as far as the schedule goes you could possibly think of. But as of right now, my schedule is 10 a.m. I've been streaming at 10 a.m. I made a switch recently to YouTube, but I've done a couple streams. Yeah, but I've done a couple streams on Twitch since. But my streaming schedule is 10 a.m. So I like to go from like 10 a.m. to like 3, anywhere from like 3 to 5, just because it fits in my schedule perfect. I wake up really early. I go work out, come home. I can spend time with my daughter in the morning when she wakes up, and then I stream at 10. I'm off by 3 or 5. I can edit some stuff down. I can get it posted, and then I can take a shower and get ready for bed and eat dinner and get ready for bed. So it works perfect for me, especially being a father. So,
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was something I definitely wanted to talk to you about. You've been streaming on Twitch for a couple years, and now you have recently made the switch to YouTube.
Right.
Tell us about that, because I haven't gotten to talk to anybody that's made that switch. I've had the opposite, people coming from YouTube to Twitch, but I haven't had that interaction. What's that been like? What's that process been?
So YouTube's great, man. I feel like if they keep moving in the direction that they plan on, or if they keep moving in the direction that they're moving in, I feel like it's going to be the next thing as far as like when Twitch was real big, or is real big now. The process of moving over is more smooth than I thought it was going to be. The biggest like pros of streaming over on YouTube is like the quality. You can actually stream at like 1440p if you want to, and things like that if your system can handle it. The quality's crisp, and then having just access to your VODs right there forever on your channel is also a big pro for me. So as far as like continuing to stream over on YouTube, I don't know how long I'm going to continue doing that for now, just because I'm not yet partnered over on YouTube.
Right.
And I don't work a actual like full-time job at the moment, so like streaming is one of my main sources of income, aside from some other things that I also do.
So it's hard to make that jump, and because you take a big pay cut there kind of when you do that and go streaming on a different platform where you just haven't built a community over there yet.
Right, exactly. Yep.
That makes sense. Did people from your Twitch follow you over at all?
They did. Yeah, actually the support was crazy. Like,
that's incredible.
Yeah, like and the discoverability too, I'll say, over on YouTube just seems to be better in the sense of like people are searching for things that they want to watch, and YouTube's algorithm is just so good that based on what you watch on a daily and the things that you like on a daily, it'll recommend you certain streams. So yeah, the odds of somebody finding your stream on YouTube is way better than your odds of someone finding your stream on
I've
Twitch.
always said that about Twitch, that they need a much better discoverability system in place, because it is very hard, especially as a smaller streamer or a new streamer, to make that headway. And that's interesting. I'm very curious to see how that works out for you. And it's pretty cool that you can kind of go back and forth depending on what you're feeling on doing, which platform you're feeling like being on. I think, what's the rule with that? You got to wait like 24 hours or something like that between, supposed to anyway. I don't know that anybody does.
Yeah, you're supposed to wait 24 hours between streaming on each platform. But apparently you're supposed to wait 24 hours before posting content from Twitch to your socials too, which I've never done. So,
that's for all socials then?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was just for like YouTube or Facebook gaming. You couldn't like stream live after being live.
No, apparently you're not supposed to redistribute content from Twitch within a 24-hour period to any social.
I see.
Like,
well, literally
clips or anything.
Every streamer I've ever seen breaks that rule.
Even the big streamers.
Yeah. I don't think they enforce that too much. That's funny. Well, speaking of socials, do you do all of them? Do you take the time? Because it's a lot, man. It's a lot of time and work and effort.
It's a lot.
How much time would you say you dedicate to that?
So distributing on the socials themselves doesn't really take a lot of time, because the format that I use normally fits all socials.
Right.
The only thing that I have to switch is I have to export a specific file for Twitter, because Twitter's video upload is just buns.
Right.
So, but everything else I can just kind of like cross distribute.
Oh, that's nice.
It just depends on kind of what I'm editing, what I'm doing. A simple, just like 30-second or less clip, I can just edit down into a specific format, like a TikTok format, and then I can distribute it across TikTok. I do Instagram, I do YouTube Shorts, And just recently, I started doing Snapchat actually, which I
Oh
don't think a
wow.
lot of people know about or do.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great discoverability option, as well as there's a new up and coming beta app called Hover that I've been spending a
I
lot of time
have
on too.
Hover. I have Hover. Yeah, it's
Yep.
I heard about it a while back, and somebody was like, "You need to get in on this before it, blows up." And now I'm starting to hear more and more about it.
Yep. It's starting to kind of get out there a little bit more, and it's kind of like the same thing with TikTok, man. Like a lot of people slept on TikTok when it first was converting over from the whole lip singing, whatever it was, into what it is now.
Right.
A lot of people are like, I'm not downloading that. I'm not getting on that. I'm not creating things.
Oh, that's
on
a
that.
kid's app. Yeah.
That's
no,
a kid's app,
Yeah.
and then I mean, look
I said
at
the
it
same
now,
things. Skylo22 had to talk me into it, and the only reason
Yeah.
I got TikTok was because she kept sending them to me to watch, and I was like, I don't have the app, this is too hard to do, so I got it, and then I was addicted immediately. I think the first day I spent most of my day just watching TikTok videos, and
Yeah. I got
then I was like,
addicted quick. So
yeah,
I'm not
it's
doing it.
easily done, but that's good that you can kind of distribute quickly. How much do you post, would you say, weekly? How many do you try to post every day, a couple times a day, every other day? What's your kind of your system when posting? Because it seems like everybody has a different approach with how they handle social media. I know I'm terrible at it. I'm getting better, but it's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of work, man, and especially depending on what else you have going on in your everyday life. You know what I mean? So, if it's a consistent week for me, right? So like if everything's perfect, I get up on time, I do my workouts, yada yada yada. It's a consistent week for me daily. I at least post once a day. So at least once a day, yeah. So I'll take usually it's whatever I do from stream that day. Because I normally don't go a stream without getting some type of clip. So
right.
That's what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for content creation. I'm not really in a competitive scene right now. So I'm streaming basically to create content, whether it's like a snipe or a squad wipe or whatever it is, right?
Right.
So I take said clip, and then like I said, I mean, edit it down. A lot of times I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm just getting it in the right format, adding some color corrections and just some things like that.
Right.
And then it's just I just shoot it off, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, so I try to do it once a day at least.
That's impressive, and that sounds to somebody that doesn't really know what this is all about. That sounds simple. How hard is it to make a post? But when you're doing, like you said, every other thing you have going on in the day, it's hard to keep up with. Plus, doing your live streams and doing your social media for this and your social media for that, and you like you said, you have a kid, you've got a life outside of Twitch. It's a lot of extra. It's like when you were a kid in high school and you got to go home, but then it was just homework for the rest of the day because it just piled on. What would you say people could expect when they come to your live channel, to your live streams? Just give us an idea of like, what is Kronoze all about? Man,
it's just vibes. Like I'm a very like chill streamer. Like I have my moments where I rage, if I get too pissed and things like that. But it's just vibes, man. Like I love creating a positive environment. Like I know a lot of streamers say that, and I feel like, without throwing shots at anybody specific, it's just a lot of people lie about certain things and they put on a persona. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I try to be me 100% of the time. And I try to create a safe environment and just a fun environment for people to come and hang if they want to be there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've always been told that I'm a very chill streamer. I just kick back. Some people even come and take naps on my channel. I kind of took that offensive when I first heard it. And I was like, okay, well, it kind of makes sense. I just create like this space where you can just,
it's just a place to vibe out.
Exactly. And then you'll see some crazy gameplay. You'll see some big plays, and you'll see there's a lot of different stuff, man. It's just a mix of things, really.
So your content that you put out is mostly Apex gameplay.
Mostly, Apex or any type of like FPS game.
Okay.
Any type of shooter, any type of game where I can be like competitive and I can just like destroy the competition. I love that.
Do you feel like your community then is kind of FPS based, or is it more of a just kind of they're there for you, but they're also fans of FPS?
I think my community is there for me. I don't think like because no matter what I'm playing or no matter what I'm doing, even when I switched over to YouTube, like no matter what the like situation at hand is, it's always they're there like conversating with me. I think they're there more for the conversation and the space that I create more than they are the actual game that I'm playing. I think that's the way with my community for sure.
Okay. Well, do you have any certain goals with your channel? What, like you said, it's kind of like your main source, one of your main sources of income right now. Is it something that you could see yourself doing full time?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely something that I want to make into an actual sustainable income. Definitely want it to be something where I can bring in opportunities like sponsorships and different things like that are 100% legit. And it's something that I'm really putting my basically everything into. So I want to make it work, and I'm going to make it work. So it's just going to take some time is all it is.
Yeah, consistency is important.
Consistently, yeah, time and consistency, man. But definitely something that I want to do. Yeah, full time, all the time.
Well, I hope that happens for you. I could see you do that. You definitely have a very good vibe to you, and also you have a radio voice, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
It's a very soothing. I'm sure my viewers can agree. It's a very soothing. I understand I could just lay back and like close my eyes and just listen and relax and fall asleep. I totally get that. That's a compliment and a half.
Right.
I think that's something that a lot of people think streaming is just going to be easy. You just get on and be goofy and you're going to be good. And that's not true. There's a lot of problems and troubles that come along with it as well. A lot of mental exhaustion, and you got to persevere through it. What would you say is a big thing that you've had to deal with? One of the biggest things you've had to deal with just kind of getting through the rough parts of streaming?
Man, honestly, like exposure. Like it's like, because as a streamer you want exposure, right? Like you want people to know who you are, you want people to be around, you want to build a community. But one of the toughest times that I dealt with streaming was whenever I got a bunch of exposure from playing with TimTheTatman and that whole situation, because you deal with a lot of fake shit,
right?
And you just deal with a lot. Just felt like a lot of like the pressure to perform when that happened was just immaculate.
Oh,
like, I can't even describe like the feeling of like, you know, the during the whole thing was pretty you know, pressurized. Like it was pretty bad, but like the after was even worse. You know what I mean?
Right.
Having people message me that I've never spoken to, like just all of this stuff, man. It was really overwhelming, and it just put me in a spot to where I was just kind of like, is this really something that I want? Like, is like exposure and like, not, I wouldn't call it fame because it wasn't like fame, but just like, is this really what I want?
Well,
you know
when it happens like instantly like that, you know, because you tell us about, you got the chance to play with TimTheTatman. How did that happen?
Yeah. So I was on Warzone one day, and I was just like doing some practice, just some random solo queues and things like that. And so at this time my PC was it had a really bad overheating problem because my GPU cooler or whatever had actually went out in my PC. So I was having a real bad problem with overheating and my games and things shutting down as I was playing or streaming. And I actually got into one of his games randomly. And I saw the name and I was like, no way, bro.
There's no way. Yeah.
There's no way. And as it was loaded into the lobby, my game shut down and I got kicked from the lobby. Yeah. Oh, dude.
Heartbreaking.
My stomach was in knots, bro. Like,
yeah.
I mean, one of the guys that I literally first started watching when I came over to Twitch, and like one of the guys that I was most active with, like as far as a bigger streamer. And I'm like, this is exciting. I wasn't streaming or anything either, so I was just going to be like, it was just going to be like a regular type of just me getting to play with him type of thing, nothing crazy.
Right.
And so I went and I was like, there's no way that was him. So I went and I checked and it was him, and I was like, yo, I took a screenshot and I took it like a little short clip and a screenshot, and I posted it to Twitter and I added him and I said something like, I don't know, like got kicked out of Tim's lobby, yada yada yada. I don't know exactly what I said, but So people started atting Tim, and they were like, "Yo, play, run a game with him, yada yada yada." And I was at the gym, and I was just about to get started up on the treadmill, and I saw a notification pop up on my phone from Twitter, and it was like TimTheTatman, and it was like, "Let's run a game in the morning, bro." And I was like, "No way!" Like
that's crazy.
I literally almost passed out. I was so lightheaded, and like it felt like everything was fading. I was like, "Bro, there's no way."
Oh
And
my gosh.
it was legit him, yeah, man. And I just started freaking out at the gym, and I was calling my friend and like trying not to pass out, man. It was wild. And I wrote him back, of course, and then Whips, his moderator, DM me, and we kind of talked a little bit, and then he added me, and then he got the whole thing set up. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
That's how that stuff happens. But that's how it was kind of overnight exposure for you. You like you said, you weren't even streaming at that time, and during that day, and
during that
and then the next thing you know, you're on the main stage with TimTheTatman. So how did it go?
It was good, man. It was good. Like, the vibes were there. Yeah, we got in, and I was nervous as shit, of course. And he was telling me at the time that we first started, like whenever we first got into the lobby together, he was telling me to like start my stream up and shit. So started my stream up, and we dropped into the game. And the first game I was really nervous, but after that he ended up running like it was like 4 games with me or something like that.
That's awesome.
And we were just vibing, man. Like it just felt like another homie after the first game. Like, he was real cool dude, real humble dude. So
that's really
it was a
cool.
great experience.
Oh, I bet that's incredible. And he's obviously blown up. He skyrocketed in the past couple of years. And
I love to see it.
Yeah,
he's making so many good moves, man. And the fact that he's doing it to set his family up for life is just very inspirational, and he's doing it for all the right reasons. So
absolutely. Well, that's awesome that you got to play with him. Everybody, !TG for today's guest. If you haven't, get over and give our boy Kronoze a follow. I meant to ask you about this earlier. Where did the name come from?
I'm heavy into like Greek mythology. So yeah, so I had a couple names before I landed on the name Kronoze. A name that I went by forever is Tyler Can't Dance. So my real name is Tyler, and I can't dance. So like that was just like
well, that's fair. That's a fair.
It was just like a running gag, like growing up. That's just kind of what I always went by and everything. And as I actually started to take streaming serious, I was like, I can't brand this. I mean, looking at it now, I probably could have branded it in a certain way, but I'm like, I can't brand this the way I want to brand it. So I changed over to the name Lord Reikage, which is a reference from Naruto. I'm a big anime head. Okay. So I used that name for quite a while, and then I was like, well, this is already like an established character, and this is probably, this is copyrighted out of its ass. Right. I can't brand this either. So at that time I was like, I need to rebrand and to come up with something that I really like. I like short, like looking like OG names, kind of like back in the Call of Duty names, or Call of Duty days. And I was like, I love Greek mythology. So I just started going through a bunch of things, and I was like, Kronoze, and I was like, okay. And then I spelled it a couple different ways, and I was like, and that's just eventually the name that I landed on.
That's awesome. I like it. Everybody always has like, it's so funny to hear the way people get their names, because people come up with it's the goofiest thing. Some people have had them since they were little kids, and they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna roll with it, and sometimes, like you said, I like that you said that the branding is so important with your as a content creator. You have to be able to brand yourself. And I do really like the very like the short name, the one kind of just, there's no numbers, none of that stuff. You just Kronoze. And I'm guessing you probably go by Crow a lot. I've heard people call you Crow a lot.
A lot of people call me Crow.
Yeah. Is there anything you wish you'd have done different from the day you started streaming to now, as far as your streaming career goes?
I don't think so. I don't think I would have done anything different, because everything that I've done up until now has got me to where I'm at. So I don't think I would have done anything differently.
That's good.
Yeah, I really don't think I would have done anything differently.
So do you feel like you've grown since you started then? Because I feel like you have, even since the little bit that I've known you. It looks like your channel is doing great.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, I started out with nothing as far as like followers and everything like that, you know. I'm at like 5K on Twitch, like 1.5K on YouTube. Really haven't put too much work into YouTube like I plan on doing, but
Right.
I mean, just all across the board, I started with 0 followers on Twitter. We're at like 3,500.
Oh
So
wow.
TikTok, I'm at like almost 20K. So just across the board, I've definitely grown, not only like in numbers, but as a creator, like kind of the do's, the don'ts, and things like that. I've definitely grown, and especially, as a person for sure.
Right.
So
now, do you see yourself going anywhere, going from the content creation side to the competitive gaming side at all, or do you think you're more sticking with the content creation? Because you're very talented at these games, and I'm not just blowing smoke. I really mean that. I think that it's something that you could pursue. I just didn't know if it was something that you were interested in or not.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely excel in the content creation side of things because, if I don't perform a certain way, I have a tendency of just kind of getting triggered at myself, just because I want to be the best version of myself, not only in every day, but in the games I play. Right. I have like a weird thing where I have to be good at everything I play, no matter what it is. And it's such a bad, like, it's like a double-edged sword, right? So like, it's such a good but bad like trait to have. Like,
right.
I want to be good no matter what it is. So if I don't perform the way that I know that I can perform, I start getting upset with myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I could stream and do the things that I do now and also be a competitive player. I feel like even with competitive and content creators now, I feel like you can't really do both at your best. You can't give 120. You can't give 120% being a content creator and a competitive player. It's just unless you're like the best of the best. You know what I mean?
That's something that I've noticed.
It's very rare
with bigger competitive players. That just being honest, a lot of their streams are boring. They're very boring to watch, and that's nothing against them. It's because they're putting their time and effort into competitive gameplay.
Yeah, 100%.
And that is something I don't know. Even if I was the best player in the world at any game, I don't know that I could do that because I like to have fun. I like to be goofy and silly and make the streams fun and entertaining and all of that.
Which you do a great job of.
Thank you, appreciate that. And also, I'm nowhere near being good enough to be competitive in any of those games. But they're fun, I enjoy them, and it's always curious to see the route people want to take with their gaming. For me, I'm the same as you. I am very competitive, but I also it's about spreading out my time on partially competitive, partially content creating, partially just resting and staying off of everything, all of that. So I think it's just kind of compartmentalizing is a very big part of streaming. Do you do any kind of compartmentalizing like that as far as your offline life goes? Do you kind of separate your offline life from your online life, or is it all just kind of intertwined? Because you, like you said, you have a kid, and so I'm sure that gets a little hectic to balance.
Yeah, it was more like together, I would say, there for a while. But like I said, whenever the whole exposure thing happened, people are weird, man. You know what I mean? People are weird, bro.
I 100% know what you mean.
I mean, I was getting doxxed. I was getting
oh no.
Yeah, I was getting my real name put out there, which I don't really care about, right? Like, everyone knows.
Right.
Most people know what my name is.
Not much people can really do with just a name anyway. So
it's
unless they're like really after you, I guess. But
like I said, man, like, I got a family to protect, and it's different. The trolling and everything like that, it's different. But you start making things physical, and they can be physical. But like, so basically what I'm trying to say is I try to keep my personal life as far away from content creation as I can. I do post my daughter every once in a while, and a lot of people know about my daughter and things like that, and I'll bring her on every once in a while on stream and things like that to let everybody see. But I try to keep it separate, just because I know one day that I'm going to blow up. I know one day that I'm going to be very successful in what I do. And I don't want it to be like so close together that people start being weird again. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to have weirdos out there. There's always going to be people who just want to hate on your success and just hate on you as a person just because they don't like themselves at the
Misery
end of
loves
the
company.
day.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just like you're always going to have those people, but if I can try to avoid that whole thing as much as possible, then I'm definitely there for that 100%. I would rather it be that way than it being like just a whole like, problem.
Right.
So,
And that's smart. I don't think you want to keep that kind of separated and keep the people, because you don't want them coming and causing not only you problems but your family problems and such.
yeah.
And like you said, you're planning on making something big of yourself with this, and to do that you got to prepare. You have to prepare. What kind of
100%.
things do you do to prepare daily for your streams? Do you do anything as far as before you go live? You have kind of like, because a lot of streamers have like their little rituals they do basically before they go live, their little routines. Do you have anything like that?
Not specifically, man. I mean, like I said, I like to kick my day off with a workout. I'm big into fitness. A few years back, I was, very unhealthy. I never worked out before. I would probably say about 5 years ago. I never worked out before, nothing like that.
Oh, wow.
I was a real big dude. I was pushing like 300 pounds. I was like borderline 300 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
I got really heavy into working out, lost a bunch of weight. And so like working out for me is kind of like a very therapeutic thing. It's something that just kind of gets me away. Kind of the same thing with streaming. So I love if I can get my workout in the morning like I'm supposed to, and then kind of just get set up for stream and take a shower, wash my ass, and get set up for stream, then I'm good. There's nothing really specific. I like to listen to a little bit of music beforehand, but there's nothing specific that I do, like nothing that I do every single time.
Now, you talked about how there's vibes over on your channel.
Yeah.
What kind of vibe would you say is like the most consistent over there? So do you play like certain types of music? Do you try to set up a certain vibe, or is it more of you're just vibing yourself the way you would vibe and people are joining in?
Yeah, I just kind of like, I try to base just the vibe off of my, like myself, like my aura, just like the way that my personality, just the way I am during stream and things like that. Like I listen to a lot of hip hop, but I listen to a lot of different things. Literally any type of genre you could think of, I've probably listened to, or I probably do listen to on a daily. So
have you followed the crazy DMCA stuff, or did you just say, screw it, I'm going to play whatever I want?
Yeah, it kind of scared me at first, and then with the state that Twitch is in, and kind of like where I was mentally, I was just like, screw it. Like, yeah, I was just like, screw it. But they recently signed a deal with like Warner Brothers or something though. So.
Oh really? Yeah, I keep hearing all these different things that are supposedly going on, but I never know what's real, what's true, what's actually happening, what isn't. There's so much gray area with it.
Huge, yeah.
But there's so many times that I want to just sit here while streaming and play just any kind of copyrighted music that exists, because I'm so burnt out on this non-copyright, just background music all the time. Because that is kind of a part of vibing out, I think. I think that's a part of getting in that same headspace when you're listening to that music that kind of gets you kind of, for lack of a better term, pumped up for your gaming or whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's literally science, man. Like music is known to release serotonins within your body and your brain. So it's like with anything that you do, for most people, like when I work out, I listen to music. You know what I mean? Like if I'm I don't know, music's a big part of my life. Like I'll wake up listening to music. I'll wake up and I'll kick on Spotify and I'll just listen to music. You know what I mean? So it's been a big escape for me, especially listening to artists like Mac Miller. Just like his whole story, RIP Mac Miller, but like just the things that he went through, and just hearing other people's stories and things like that through music. I like very lyrical music, very like storytelling music. So like J. Cole, Mac Miller, a lot of Eminem growing up.
Oh yeah,
things like that, man. I've always been into music, always loved music. So.
Well, my friends always give me a hard time because anytime somebody brings him up, I always tell the story. But I actually was Mac Miller's body double in a movie that he was in. So
really?
I got to work with him and meet him and hang out with him for about a week. Him and Snoop Dogg, and
that's awesome.
Yeah,
was it in the high school movie or whatever?
It was a Scary Movie. Scary Movie 5.
Movie.
Yeah, Scary Movie 5.
I remember Scary Movie 5.
Yeah. So I got to kick it with him for about a week, and honestly, one of the realest dudes I've ever met. Like one of the absolute genuine guy. So I love it when people are like, I was a big Mac Miller fan, because it's like, good, he deserved it. Like he was going places, and just a genuine dude, because you meet so many people in the I'm in the entertainment industry. I've done acting for 10 years and stuff, so I've worked with a lot of people, and you meet so many, like you said earlier, there's so many fake people, there's so many just people 100%. That you can tell are just trying to play a game. Yep. And I never got that vibe from him at all. He just seemed like the realest dude.
I never met him, but like, I don't know, I've always been really good with reading people's like intentions and emotions, just by like, you know, whether it's just by talking to them or you know, meeting them. I never met Mac Miller, but through his music, I felt like I knew him. Like, really weird feeling. Like, as he was like growing and changing, it felt like I was growing and changing too, because we're very close in age. I think he's I'm not sure exactly how old when he passed, but I think we're like a year apart or something like that. So it just felt like I was growing and changing with him. And it felt like a lot of times when he was in a certain area in his life and he was making music about a certain thing, it felt like I was in that same area going through the same things. It was really weird, but I had
to have that connection with him.
I had like this weird, connection with Mac Miller, but RIP Mac, man. And I listened to his music constantly.
Oh, so that's
it's
awesome.
Good to hear that he's just as genuine as I thought he was.
More genuine than I expected, because I didn't know much about him when I first met him. And then somebody was like, dude, you need to look into him. He's going places. He's going to be a big deal. Yeah. And then I started listening to a bunch of his music and stuff. I was like, oh man, this guy, I get it now. I get it. Yeah. And that's really cool. I like that. You have those good vibes over there. You have this talent on FPS, which is unreal to watch. What else do you like to stream outside of FPSs? Do you ever stream any kind of do you do any kind of just chattings or other games or anything like that? Or are you strictly, I'm going to show you how to play this game?
Most of the time it's strictly FPS games. It's strictly just the best gameplay that I can possibly try to provide to my community. Sometimes we'll do like some party games. You know, I played Fallout. I was really heavy into, not Fallout, Fall Guys. Really heavy into Fall Guys for quite a while and things like that. But for the most part, like the feeling that BRs give me and just the feeling of like the FPS and just like the competitive just nature of the games is like, it's like a drug in a way. Like I can't really play. I would love to play. I tell my community all the time, like, I want to play a single player game. I want to play a story game for you guys, but I just get so bored, and like I can't bring the energy that I want to bring to stream, which is, you know, not very much anyways. I'm very chill. But
that's good though. There's an audience for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's definitely an audience for that.
For sure. But I can't be the best me if I'm just like sitting here like about to fall asleep at the game and just bored, you know what I mean?
No, that makes sense. Yeah, and that's something I think a lot of streamers need to realize is you got to play what you enjoy playing, because if you're not enjoying it, your community's not going to enjoy it.
100%.
And what would you say if you had to kind of tell us about your community and what you've built over there? How would you classify your community? Would you say that they're because every time I've been over there, they seem very they joke around a lot and stuff, but they seem very friendly as far as welcoming and just chatting along with anybody and everybody that comes in.
Yeah, I mean, we're clowns, man. At the end of the day, like, we love to clown. I mean, most people in my community, like, we're always joking. We're always just saying some weird stuff, like some just sus stuff, you know, just having fun, man, and just enjoying each other's company. But at the same time, you know, I feel like my community is very respectful. You know, a lot of really good people, like genuinely really good people that I've grown to know over the years. You know, people that I would, you know, break bread with, like people that I would genuinely, you know, do things for. So yeah, just a group of you know, really good people and just clowns, man. We like having fun. We like cracking jokes, and we like giving each other a hard time.
Now, could your community expect to see you at a TwitchCon anytime in the future?
I will be at TwitchCon and PAX East next year.
Yes, that's what we like to hear. Have you ever been to one of those?
I have not. No.
They're amazing. I've been to 2 of them so far. I think you're gonna love them.
I've heard great things about them. I'm excited to meet as many people as I can, you know, as far as who all's, you know, going.
It's such a surreal feeling, you know, because you see these names that you talk to all day, every day on your channels and stuff, but to actually have them all together in the same room talking and hanging out, it's it's unreal. It's an unreal feeling, and I think your community would absolutely love that. It's just they get the vibe with you on the computer, but to get the vibe with you in person is a whole different thing.
Yeah. I'm such a fun person in person.
That's awesome.
I love
well, I
having
was
a good
going to
time.
ask you about that because a lot of streamers I know they don't want to do like Twitch kind of things because of social anxiety and things like that. So you're kind of the opposite. You feel as if you're maybe more exciting in person?
Oh yeah, I'm so much more exciting in person. Yeah, I mean, I love having a good time. I do. I love having a good time, and I love like creating memories with people that I care about. So if you're with me and we're out somewhere or we're doing something, I'm going to try to put you in the best mood possible. Like, I just love having a good time. Yeah, I just at the end of the day, like I'm going to try to create the best possible scenario for whatever it is that we're doing. It doesn't matter, I'm going to try to
you can
keep the
feed
vibes
off of
high.
each other's energy that way in
Exactly.
person too. It's a little harder as a streamer to feed off of somebody's energy in chat because it's just words.
For sure.
So to do that in person, that's really cool. Well, hopefully we get to meet up. I'm planning on going as well. I'm sure we'll have a thing where we all can try to get together.
Yeah, have some dinner or something.
Yeah, we share a lot of the same community, I think, or a handful of the same community, and it's a really good community. I can't wait for that to happen. Do you have a name for your community? Do you for your community members? Do you call them anything?
Yeah, with the village.
The village. Okay.
The village, man. Yeah, the village.
Where did that come from?
Naruto.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
It
another.
originated from Naruto. Yeah, Naruto has there's different village hidden in the leaves.
Okay.
Different things like that. Yeah, so it's a Naruto reference.
Because I've been working on trying to come up with one for like 4 years now, and I I've never been able to. I don't know how people do it. It's really cool that you have that. That just kind of makes it more of a family feel too. It feels
makes you feel like you're a part of something.
Everybody's part of it. Yeah, everybody's part of the group, and that's really cool. You have a very welcoming community, guys. If you want to be a part of that community, !TG. That'll get you the link to every one of his social media accounts. Get over there, give Crow a follow. An awesome dude. I promise you will not regret it. I have a couple little clips here that are of your channel, but they're actually YouTube clips that you've put together.
Okay.
And I'm going to show those real quick, if I can pull those up, just to give you guys a little sense of what's happening over at Crow's channel and what you can expect. This first one is you playing Apex. It looks like you might be doing something with a wingman in this video here. So these are the kind of, you post things like this just about daily then on your YouTube.
Yeah, things like this. Yeah, things like this are daily for me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's check it out.
So this is an example of more of a little bit of an edit that I would actually do on a clip.
I love this.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, that was beautiful. See, I need to get... That's the stuff I feel like I need to get better at, is the editing part, as far as making things like you did the slow motion there, and that's really cool, and adding the music and things like that. So a video like that, how long would you say it takes you to kind of edit and put together?
Something like that, man. I think that video took me... I mean, that was kind of a little bit more simple because it was just a single shot, but probably anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Somewhere in there, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So yeah.
So we got another one here we're going to show. This one, I'm not sure what's happening in this one, but we will watch it and find out.
His following is absolutely insane. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh my gosh.
So the big thing with something like this is the transition shots that I edit in.
Dude, you're a savage.
So everything's just I like making things look seamless. Yeah, so
that's really cool. Yeah, because those were those different?
Those are all different shots.
Those are all different,
in different
areas,
locations.
different locations. Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. I love that.
Thank you, man.
I have to steal that idea from you. That's absolutely amazing.
It's something
I've
that
never seen anybody do that.
Yeah, there's something that I haven't really seen anybody ever do. But I don't like. I just recently got in. So the first clip that you showed, where I was kind of a little bit more edited with the slow mo and things like that. I'm just recently getting into doing things like that. I've never really liked that style of edit. I've always loved that style of edit where it's just seamless. There's not like a lot of effects. It's just like raw shot, raw talent.
Yeah,
and then
pure skill.
It's just seamless. Yeah,
that's awesome. This is a really short one right here. It's only about 5 seconds long, but it says, I'm looking at the caption right now, and it says, proof that aim assist is broken.
Yeah, so yeah, this was a bait video. Basically, I was going up a jump balloon in Apex, and I fired a random wingman shot, and I was actually on mouse and keys, so I wasn't even on controller at the time. And I actually hit the shot, and I was just like kind of throwing that out there for a bait, and it worked.
That's fantastic. So, people will take the bait too. Do you find that's effective as far as social media goes and stuff? Is baiting people, because it seems to work?
It's very effective. Clickbait, baiting people like that, especially on TikTok. If you can post something that's slightly controversial, that's not like, you know what I mean, like you know. But if it's just like gaming related, slightly controversial, you post that on TikTok, man, and you get two people arguing in your comments.
People love to argue, don't they?
It'll boost the it'll go crazy. Your video will go crazy.
Fantastic. Well, let's check this aim assist out here real quick.
Proof that aim assist.
This is kind of nuts, actually. Like,
bro, what?
Proof that aim assist is broken.
I can't even
see my reaction. Like, I didn't.
You're like,
yeah,
that face.
Genuine reaction.
Face is fantastic at the end.
Yeah,
check that out. That's the face we all want when we're playing any game. We want that. Did I just do that face? That's always the best. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And I hardly ever give reactions, man. Even whenever I hit crazy clips on stream and stuff, I don't really give. Yeah, so that was like, I was like, oh my god, like,
that's so funny. I try not to react because I feel like it'll make for a better clip social media wise if I don't react to sometimes, or I'll wait for a good like 30 seconds and then I'm like, all right, somebody go back and clip that shit because that was crazy, you know. But I have to keep it cool for the clip, you know. I gotta keep it, make it look like I do that on the regular. But that's so funny, guys. Exclamation point TG Kronos, thank you so much for coming on the show, my man. I really appreciate it. This hour flew by, brother. I've been wanting to get you on the show for a while, and we finally made it happen. Get over there if you want to watch somebody that's actually good at these games. Very awesome dude, great chill vibes. I've played different games with him. I know we played some I think Suspects or something together before. We played some awesome time. I promise you'll enjoy it. Thank you so much, Crow. I appreciate it. If you're here for the if you're here during the live stream right now, everybody stick around. We're going to continue on Community Day right after this. Crow, is there anything you got coming up that you want to?
No, there's one thing that I'd never linked to Skylo that so basically I'm running a giveaway. I'm giving away a 144 hertz monitor.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so is it okay if I link it in your chat?
Absolutely. Can we get a permit for Crow real quick?
The giveaway ends tomorrow, so if anybody wants to get in on a chance to win, definitely join in. All my giveaways are 100% legit. You don't have to pay for anything. I've gave away multiple things in the past, and it's awesome. Just kind of my way of giving back a little bit.
Absolutely.
It was my old monitor, but I take very good care of my equipment. You can't even tell that it was used.
Yeah, I can imagine that your equipment. I can tell you're very conscious about your equipment that you work with.
I am. I take very good care of all my stuff. So let me just get this link for you real quick, and that'll be about it, man. Thank you for having me. It was
no
great.
worries. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can get you back on here sometime. Once you're on that TimTheTatman level, and then I get to play with you one day.
Oh,
that's we'll try to get that set up.
There's a link right there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a link right there. Like I said, it's a 144 hertz HP monitor. It's a beast. And like I said, you don't have to pay for anything. There's 10 different ways to enter. Basically, it's just like a follow, I can't even think of the name now. Yeah, you could like follow me on Twitter, follow me on
get you a ticket
Twitch
and
stuff like
that.
get you a ticket. 10 different ways to
yeah,
enter.
yeah.
So.
I've seen these things before. They're really cool.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. So ends tomorrow. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much, man. Guys, get over there, get in that giveaway. Go follow Kronoze. You can catch him on twitch.tv/Kronoze, youtube.com/Kronoze, and all the other Kronoze places. Get over there, follow up Kro. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you having me, man. It was a blast. Thank you.
We'll be right back, everybody.